Hello, I hope this finds you well. Today I want to sit down and share my monthly favourites with you for the month of April. So there's a bit of a mixture. I've got some physical things like some trainers I wanted to talk to you about. But then also there's a music recommendation, YouTube, a couple of things all in one. So hopefully you enjoy. First things first is these lovely scrunchies. So this is the smaller size and I'm wearing the larger size from Curly Curls. So if you're a curly girl, hopefully you've heard about the curly girl method already. My hair used to be really frizzy, but I have since learned that there are ways of turning your frizz into actual happy curls. The satin pillowcases that I got from Curly Curls last year have been a massive factor. And I wanted to upgrade from using small elastic ties that one didn't look great in all honesty, but also just weren't good for kind of health and hair kind of curl pattern of my hair. So the silk pillowcases were really good for my skin as well. And these I just think are really sweet and really lovely. They are both the colour bottle, and this one, the smaller size, which is great for ponytails and if you have very, very fine hair. This is going to be in a giveaway that I'm posting on my Instagram, so the details will be in the description box. Head over, make sure you're following me, make sure you're following Curly Curls, and yeah, hopefully you will win one of these really lovely, really well made scrunchies that I am really enjoying. Next up, elegantly held, elegantly modelled. These are some yoga props. I know that for some of us doing exercise is not a priority at the moment. I want to share these not because I think you should be working out, because everyone should be doing exactly what is right for them. For me, the only reason that works for me as motivation / the only reason that I do any workouts of any form is because of my mental health, and I find that having that as a motivator has made me feel so much better than worrying about size and muscles. I always say flabs before abs. Working out should be about happy balance, and yeah, the reason I have these is because I've been doing yoga at home, which I'll talk to you properly about in a second. They're really helpful because there isn't anyone to kind of assist me in positions as there would be normally in my yoga studio. I thought these were a really, really good shout. They're so nicely made. They're from Yoga Matters, which is, I think, the funniest pun in the history of all time. They've tried to make me laugh. I won't hear a word against it. The cork bricks that I have, these were made in Germany, which I'm very happy about, and the strap that I have is made of organic cotton, which was very important to me as well. So if you feel like those credentials kind of tick your boxes, I think that's a good place to take a look. But yeah, even as and when our studio opens again, I think I'm still going to take, I know that I'm still going to take these with me. Partly because I absolutely love them, and partly because I think they're just a sensible move on many levels. Also a yoga pun. Speaking of yoga, the lovely Sage Space or Page is offering an online subscription / online classes that I absolutely love. I really enjoy the kind of structure. So she does hour-long practices, which I find quite hard to find hour-long practices that I really enjoy online, that are nicely grounded in kind of the foundations of yoga. So not just the asana, the movements, but some of the kind of philosophy and Ayurvedic principles get mixed in as well, which I really enjoy. And also her style is just really lovely and calming. You have an hour practice every week, and then there's also a restorative flow. So the hour-long one happens on usually a Monday, and then on about, I think it's a Thursday, the restorative flow, which is about half an hour, comes out, and then also there's another little exercise with it. So last week, if not last week, the week before, there was a guided meditation that I really enjoyed, and then also we've had a breathing technique as well, which I really liked. On Monday we had some journaling prompts, so there's little bits like mixed in along with the really, really lovely practices that I've hugely enjoyed. Really lovely, really calming, and a really nice sort of addition to my week and to my practice. Next up is also on the exercising front. These are my Vija sneakers from 32 Guild. They are petroleum free, so instead of using new plastic, new petroleum to create running sneakers, these combine some recycled materials so that there is nothing new petroleum based in them, which I think is amazing. If you've not heard of Vija, I've got no idea how they're pronounced. I think they're French, but they talk about Brazil a lot, so at one stage I was trying to speak Portuguese when saying it, which was actually Spanish. It's been a journey. They have really, really great ethical principles that they were leading on even before it kind of became cool and greenwashing became as prevalent as it is now. They use loads of organic materials. Definitely read up on them, because every time I read up I learn something new. Really, really great standards and practices throughout their manufacturing process. They're really comfortable. I haven't had running sneakers before, so oh my goodness, do they make a difference. And also I've been wearing them around the house. One, because where else would I wear them, and two, because I like them that much that I just want to wear them as much as physically possible. If you haven't heard of Vija, like I say, take a look, and I'll link 32 Guild, who I work with, and are a Northampton brand, in the description as well, so you can check them out, because I think they're amazing, and I think you'll think they're amazing too. Book recommendation. So it's a nice quick read, but it's also a very kind of decadent one. I hope you've heard of Angela Carter already, but just in case you haven't, she was a writer who kind of, I want to say specialised in magic realism. I don't think you specialise in magic realism. I think you explore magic realism. These are a collection of, they're not retold fairy tales. When I read the introduction, Helen Simpson did an amazing job of clarifying that these are unique stories, but they just take motifs and elements and atmospheres and kind of characters, narratives from fairy tales, and just elevate them with even kind of darker tone, I guess. Her writing is fabulous. You'll learn lots of words if you want to pick up a dictionary. But it's very evocative, it's very immersing. I love them. My favourite story is The Earl King, which I just found really beautiful. I could sort of like feel it on my skin as I was reading it. It was amazing. But yeah, collection of short stories. They are varied, but there's a nice kind of still sense of progression in the order of them. Yeah, I just think it's a little masterpiece, and we studied it at A-level. I read it quite a few times around that time and haven't picked it up in a few years, and didn't realise how much she has influenced my tastes and my own writing, so I absolutely love it. Music recommendation. I really love WMD. If you were on my Instagram lives that I did right at the start of quarantine, you might have heard me playing him, but he is a very chilled kind of electronic producer that I've listened to for a very long time. It reminds me of when I was still living in France at university, and those similarly grey kind of days where I had his music on as kind of like a sound refuge. Yeah, just really enjoyable, really relaxed music, and like I say, for me it's very atmospheric and nostalgic. But yeah, if you like having something just calming in the background, I've been putting it on in the evenings for this week, and finding it really beneficial just to help me switch off and unwind. Highly recommend. And if you like my taste in chilled electronic music, then I think it's your cup of tea. Speaking of cups of tea, I haven't got them to show you because I did not want to make a mess, because I don't trust myself. But my lovely client, Very Crafty, whose owner Taz, is so lovely. I know I mentioned that in a vlog the other day, but she really is. We did a Let's Shoot Together session just before I got sick, so I had tonsillitis immediately before quarantine, and it was so much fun. But I bought a selection of her teas. She does taster bags, which are so helpful and such a good idea. I had the ginger one, I had 2 of the spiced apple versions, I had blood orange, berry flavour and mint and licorice. And I think the ginger was my favourite, and also the mint and licorice. They're just so flavoursome that it's wonderful. Everything in the store is vegan, which I love, and not just like herbal things. I gravitate towards herbal things because I'm not constitutionally able to process caffeine. Slight exaggeration, not medically diagnosed, caffeine just makes me really anxious. There's lovely black teas, there's green teas and chais, lovely things to go take a look at. So I'll have very crafted linked for you. If you love a good cuppa calm down ritual, again, definitely your cup of tea. Next up is my earrings. These are from Pivot, who are a company who work with people experiencing homelessness, which is a mission that I am so passionate about. We spend a lot of time in the town centre and it is an issue that's very close to my heart, so I thought that was amazing, but I also think the styles are gorgeous. It's really beautifully made, it's a really simple design. Apparently it makes me really sassy, which my housemate is enjoying and not enjoying, I think, in equal measure. I actually won these in a giveaway, which was the 3rd giveaway that I won in a row, so I'm not entering anymore. I'm just going to host them for the foreseeable. But yeah, really lovely, and I just think doing wonderful things. Podcast recommendation. So I really enjoyed the You're Wrong About podcast immediately from the get-go. I've listened to quite a few of them now. Really enjoyed the O.J. Simpson trial series, wherein the premise is to take a subject that we think we know everything about, that we've heard of, and pick it apart and kind of tell the truth. And it's very funny, lots of dark humour, and it's also very nuanced. So taking sticky subjects and applying due diligence to tell a story in, like I say, a more accurate and heartwarming way at times as well. Definitely have a search on your podcast platform to see if you can find them. But yeah, I just think it's wicked. I think that's everything. I've recorded this video twice because the first one I kept forgetting things, which is a move that I don't recommend. Hopefully you enjoyed. Don't forget about the giveaway that I will make sure the information is readily available for you for. But I hope you're well. Let me know how you are. And yeah, take care, and I'll see you again very soon. Also, love that the sun's come to say hello right at the end. Feels very apt. But yes, I'll speak to you again soon.